Hello everybody, Pluviophile here. Today we are answering, what is the most extreme misuse of an everyday item you have ever witnessed? Let's get right into it. I caught a friend of mine rubbing one of the antibacterial hand wipes from KFC all over his friend's chicken. The little packet said, a hint of lemon on it, and he thought that he was meant to flavor the chicken with it. My mom's coworker, or maybe even her ex-boss, used the plastic page protectors for office binders in a wrong way. The page protectors have only one opening on top, as everyone knows, but she would always turn them upside down and then use a billion of paperclips on the bottom to prevent papers from falling out. Using the microwave to dry clothes. There were flames. My friend's kid decided to make a grilled cheese sandwich with an iron on the couch. Burned a nice iron-shaped hole in the couch. Kid was 15 at the time. Roommates in college used laundry pods in the dishwasher for like a week. I hand-washed my dishes, so it did not affect me. They only noticed because I asked why they always left their laundry pods on the kitchen counter. This was a story that a colleague told me that happened on the day I was off back in the day I used to work for a hotel. Apparently, some Chinese guest came to reception to complain that the microwave wasn't working. We didn't have microwaves in the room, so when coming to inspect the problem, she found out that they were trying to microwave a pizza in the room's safe. My high school Spanish teacher would use her computer's disk tray as a shelf for her coffee mug. My adult Bill once used steel wool to scrub his parents' oak dining table. That still floors me after like a decade. Using my fabric shears to cut wire and plastic packaging. And now he's butthurt that my new fabric shears have a padlock through the handles. My wife once watched a girl at work stick a ball of aluminum into a microwave with her instant ramen during the break. She said, "The sparks are just because it's heating up faster," as if it were common knowledge. Walked into my sister's room and she had maxi pads laying everywhere with Barbies on top. She's like, "Look at all these Barbie sleeping bags I found." I used to live 2 doors down from the neighborhood's crazy lady, and she would often vacuum her grass after it was mowed. Using the microwave to dry a smartphone. After running said smartphone under tap water to clean it, this was like 7 years ago, I don't think the phone was waterproof. Person who did this was good academically but had no common sense whatsoever. It baffled me. We had a housemate who used to get home very drunk and try and cook himself elaborate meals, which always resulted in a lot of mess and noise. To combat this, I turned the oven and electrical sockets in the kitchen off when he went out one night. Foolproof. The fool cooked himself steak in the living room with our clothes iron at 3 a.m. Several years ago I worked for Natural Nail Salon as a receptionist. One of my duties was to sweep the floors regularly so clients don't step on nail clippings on their way in and out. There was a new hire, and my manager was never really around to train her. The other receptionists and I trained her. One day, I asked her to sweep the floors. I showed her where the broom and dustpan was. She was in her early 20s and living on her own. I assumed I didn't have to teach her how to use a broom. She took the broom and fanned the nail clippings into the dustpan. She didn't drag the broom across the floor to sweep it. The broom never touched the floor. I tried to show her how to sweep properly. She never took my advice, and I kind of gave up. She left after 6 months. She still couldn't sweep, but she could finally calculate tips at least. I used to work at a golf course doing lawn maintenance. We had a fella on our crew that was older and well, not the brightest. He was kind of a loner, so we just let him be most of the time. One day, I saw our guy mowing some large berms with one of our push mowers. To save time, I guess, he left the mower running, then picked it up to put in the back of the truck. He still had all his fingers, but the truck tailgate took a good hit. I'm working in the operating theater. We removed a very large eggplant from a very normal-sized asshole. I did not witness it, but my grandma had used a vibrator as a massaging stick for her back pain because the box had stated, massage stick. The way we found out was hilarious though. When we visited her one day, she started telling how she went to the shop where she bought her massage stick and asked the boy to change the batteries. She did not understand why the boy had refused and why he acted weird. Then she asked my mom if she could change the batteries and gave my mom the vibrator. I still feel sorry for the kid behind the counter at the shop. My wife routinely uses butter knives as flat screwdrivers. I once caught her using an ice cream scoop as a hammer. We've talked about it. I bought her tools. Now she keeps an old shitty butter knife in the back of the drawer for fast easy battery changes and uses a hammer as a hammer. My mom used the handle end of a spoon today instead of a knife to spread some mayonnaise. The spoon was clean and not used for any spoon-like activities either. There were other knives to use. Saw a woman using an Oyster card. It's a London bus pass the same size and material as a credit card as a sort of spoon to eat a lasagna out of a Tupperware on the bus. Surely, huffing solvents for a high. I once witnessed a dude washing out condoms and hanging them to dry. Sorta general, but the whole using hot peppers, cinnamon, glue to embiggen lips thing. There's a TikTok going about with a girl using lash glue to glue her upper lip to her skin to make it hotter, plumper, and I think it's not long until super glue is used for the same purpose. But I mean, it's not like emergency rooms have anything better to do so. An old roommate put a strainer inside of a pot of boiling water and flipped both. Boiling went all over the place, but she said, that's the right way to do it. I seen on Instagram. I was doing an internship in a small office and the engineer, his engineer, needed to take out the trash from the trash bin. It had a plastic bag with the trash. He opened a new plastic bag. I thought it was to replace the old full one and asked my help to hold it while he threw all the trash from the bin to the new plastic bag instead of just take the trash from the old plastic bag and replace for the new one. I was so confused. Cop here. I've seen several people using the portable air pumps that come with air mattresses to blow into their DWI ignition interlock to start their cars and keep them running. Edit. What in TRNATION? This blew up while I was sleeping today. I hope you guys aren't expecting individual replies. Oh. About 9 years ago, a coworker hammered a paint tin lid back on with the handle of my torque wrench. Still mad at that guy. My roommate once poured hummus into a pot of marinara sauce. He''s also mixed together a bunch of different types of barbecue sauce and left them out for days. Then he ate it and tried to get the rest of us to eat it. Someone playing a shooter game to use their Xbox One controller for a massage. Not extreme, but two of our graphic design juniors using caps lock for a single capital letter. I had never seen anyone do this and they both joined within a space of a month. We'll never understand how or why they can work like that. A friend of mine was a first-generation migrant to my country and her parents had a dishwasher in their house, but due to never having had one in their home country, saw it as a wasteful appliance to use. So they stored clean pots and pans in it, just like another cabinet. The vacuum in my apartment, which my roommate's drunk boyfriend seems to think needs to be running at 2:01 a.m. Not really an everyday thing unless you're a tradesman, but I've seen way too many people try to pound screws in with a hammer. Some people use those, for tobacco use, only items for something that isn't tobacco. The nerve. My dad's old boss asked a dishwasher at work to wash his car. 1 hour later the boss goes to look at his brand new BMW and the guy had used a pot scourer, that metal thing used to clean stuff. Don't know if that's right word. Needless to say my dad's boss screamed and that guy ran so far he was never seen again. I haven't personally witnessed it, but I've seen a few too many X-ray images of people with light bulbs up their asses. We weren't allowed hot plates or microwaves in the college dorms, so one of the girls on my floor cooked bacon with a hair straightener. I use the little toilets in family restrooms because they work just like a squatty potty. I always pray